Hello, ladies and gentlemen, HOLLOWTIDE here, and I am almost speechless. The last few hours for Halo and the fan base has been pretty chaotic, and it's not in the normal bad way. During the Halo World Championship, we got a studio update, and there was a lot to unpack. The new studio head Pierre was there, along with the studio art director Chris Matthews, and they talked about how Halo is moving to the Unreal Engine, as well as a new studio name, Halo Studios, no longer 343 Industries. And then we got a sick video showing off what they call the Foundry, which I'm playing right now in the background. Everything that's used is in Unreal Engine 5. All future Halo projects will use that engine. And during the process of their interviews, they said that we have multiple projects being worked on, which is not just games. When you say projects, that makes me think of other media. But then there's also an Xbox.com article that I'm gonna link in the description that you should definitely go read. But it says, quote, all future Halo projects will use the engine and multiple new games using it are in development. So there are multiple games in development, not just a CE remake or whatever. There are multiple games being developed. This is important because they've gone from what they said was like a tech company trying to create their own engine with slip space to just being a video game developer now. This is a big change because, we've all talked about the contracted employees and how it took months and months and months for them to get up to speed to how to use slip space, and then their contract is over and no work was done. But with Unreal, a lot of studios use it, a lot of designers and stuff, they use it. They're gonna be well-versed. I think that means more content. I think that means more efficiency. So I think it's honestly a good thing. A lot of people are talking about, as long as, it doesn't matter how good it looks, but it's gotta feel like Halo, and Chris Matthews actually talks about that as well. And his quote was, the spirit of Halo is more than just the visuals, it's the lore, it's the physics. Playing as the Chief, you're this huge tank of a soldier. It's the way that he moves, he feels. So I do think that Chris, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this guy gets it. So I'm excited to see what they come up with. Another thing with Unreal, and I'm gonna play this clip real quick, is showing an animation of a monster transforming into a human and back. And this is for my playable elites crowd. I really feel like it's pretty easy and Unreal for this to happen. So I don't know, go tag people that work at 343 Halo Studios, and maybe you guys will get those playable elites. Now in that video and interview, they talk about the landscapes that they're using, the Blight lands and the Cold lands and stuff like that, the Pacific Northwest type of Halo area. They said that they do want to use those in future Halo titles. So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, man, we're actually gonna see Forerunner architecture just being completely consumed by the Flood. As for the name change and stuff, I'm gonna be as upfront and honest with you all as I can be. A lot of people are saying this is just a rebrand, that it's the same studio, it's the same people. You could not be more incorrect, and I'm sorry to say that. I'm not trying to fight with people. You can have your opinions. I'm probably not gonna change them, but this is not 343. There's very few people that still work at Halo Studios that were, a part of the old guard of 343. The leadership has been completely changed. You can tell how they're talking about Halo and how they're handling Halo right now, just like in the past year, that it's very different. I think there's much more respect from Pierre for the IP, from Chris about the IP, the way they talk about it. They've had so many layoffs, and now that they're hiring new employees and new members, I know the contract stuff is still gonna be there, but a lot of the jobs that are on their careers page are full-time jobs. Switching to Unreal, it's just honestly not the same. Now, will I eat crow in 5 years if it, something drastic happens and there's no change and stuff like that? Yes, I'll be the first to admit that I was wrong. That's fine. I have no problem doing that. I feel like other people have problems with it, but I have said for a year now that I am more hopeful and excited for the future of Halo due to the quote-unquote failures of 343 and the previous, leadership. than I was for when Infinite got teased. You know, the TV show also kind of being a failure. I feel like this new leadership and studio ethos is what's gonna really make Halo great again. And I hate saying that, because I still enjoyed the 343 games, but it just feels very different. A lot of people on Twitter were like, we haven't heard from Pierre. Pierre never talks on the video live stream stuff. Where's Pierre? Where's Pierre? And like, he comes out and says like, I don't want to be on camera. I don't like to be on camera. I want to work and I want that to speak for me. Now, a lot of people are saying like Microsoft doesn't care about Halo and stuff like that. And that's, I don't know. I don't know with Call of Duty and all those things. It is what it is. But it seems as though they're really partnering, Halo Studios at least, with Epic Games. And with how powerful of a brand Halo is, I feel like, you know, we're going to see a lot of stuff in the future. I could see Unreal, Epic Games kind of using Halo as its little baby to show off. Now, do I think whatever the Halo game they're working on is going to look that good? Like, it does say that it's a work in progress and it is rendered in Unreal Engine 5. I hope not, because my PC is going to blow up. Needs to be less graphically intense, hopefully, but I mean, if the cutscenes look like that, I'm fine. So again, the Halo Studios, it's been reorganized, restructured. Another quote that really stuck out to me, at the end of the day, if we build the games that our players want to play, that's how we'll be successful. That should motivate what we build. That's what this structure has done. We want the people that are day in, day out making the games to be the ones to make the decisions on the games. And I think that's kind of a jab at, you know, executives, people in suits making decisions for the game. There's a lot to unpack. We're going to keep making videos about it. If you guys want to stay up to date with Halo, I could be your third favorite Halo YouTuber. Support the channel by subscribing, by liking the video. It greatly helps me out. Let me know in the comments how you feel. Obviously, I think there are going to be some people who are still going to be negative, and that's fine. But I'm interested to see if all of this kind of changes your thoughts on the franchise as a whole. I will catch you all around the ring.